Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Framework 2, and we're going to be talking about creating a irresistible offer that is cold friendly and dialing in your ideal avatar. Now, this is one of the most important parts of your business, and you need to do it correctly. Many people don't really pay attention to this, but for me, we've worked with over 500 coaches and consultants online, and I noticed that this is always a make or break when it comes to growing their business. We talked about the foundation in the previous video, which if you haven't yet, go make sure that you go rewatch that. The link will be down below because all these go in chronological order, and if you just skip around, you're not going to get the results that I'm trying to help you out with on here. So what I'm going to share with you here is making sure that you understand exactly who you're trying to reach with your marketing and how to come up with an offer that's so good that it convinces people that you've never met to say, yes, here's my money. I'm handing it over. Let me pay. Let me invest. Let me work with you. Because when you're going after cold audience, which is like running ads, is completely different than, just reaching out to your warm organic audience, right? So the first thing I want to cover is knowing your ideal avatar. And in this, I want you to understand that your ideal avatar is kind of like your North Star guiding your marketing efforts. So rather than just being super broad, throwing a big net, focus on making your message speak to one type of person. So I'm going to break that down for you, but I want you to think about it like this. Your ideal avatar is out in the ocean, right? And you have the option to have one net that catches your ideal avatar, which is, your favorite fish you like to eat, the one that's the most expensive, right? Or you can have the option of getting a really big net and throwing it and casting and catching a bunch of small little minnows. What would you rather do? Would you rather go the one where every time you scoop, you pick up your favorite fish, your most expensive fish, or would you rather just have to bring in a bunch of minnows that are all worth the least and the most headache and sift through all of them to find the best one? Chances are you're probably smart and you said, "Hey, I just want to find my fish," right? So that's what I want you to think about when it comes down to knowing your ideal avatar is you got to be very specific. And you want to essentially, here's an exercise for you, is what I call it, create a detailed profile. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to get a Google Doc. You're going to write down everything about this particular client, their demographics, but I want you to take it even a farther step and write down like what their fears are, what their goals are, what their pain points are, how do they communicate, how do they text, how do they talk, because the more you know about them, the more personalized your marketing efforts can be. So either pause this video or after this, go to a Google Doc and just write down who your ideal avatar is. Now, if you don't know, I would suggest creating about somebody that you want to work with. And if you already have a bunch of audience, if you already have a bunch of clients, then this works really well. You can go back through and find the clients that have been the best to work with, the ones that have paid you in full, have gotten the best results, and use them as you go through this exercise to just market to those type of people. Use them and say, okay, well, what it keeps them up at night? What was their goals? What was their problems before they joined working with me? Write all that out and you'll get very detailed on what you need to market to, and it'll help you as we go through these 5 fundamentals. The next thing you need to understand is that empathy is key. You got to put yourself in their shoes. What keeps them up at night? What are the challenges that they're dealing with? Essentially, what you want to do here is get like some sort of strong emotional connection with your target audience. And you need to really just be able to step in their shoes, understand what a day in their life is like. What keeps them up at night? Are they worried about bills? Are they worried about where their next client's going to come from? Are they worried about how to get a full calendar? What are their worries? Put yourself in their shoes and really empathize with where they're at and where they're trying to be, which will go into number 3, which is laser focused marketing. So you want to tailor your marketing exclusively towards this specific avatar. So from steps 1 and 2, you want to start speaking to them inside the ads in your marketing. Because when you speak their language and you acknowledge what their problems are, their concerns, their fears, you'll be able to reach and attract this specific type of person. Think about it like a magnet, but on this magnet, you can only attract the type of people that you program in there, right? So that's what you want to be programming into your audience when you're running ads and marketing is those keywords. So for example, if you are going after people that are working a 9 to 5 and telling them how to they can make money online to replace their job, the way you would market to them would say, hey, quit your 9 to 5 and make 10K a month. It wouldn't be, hey, this is how you scale your freelance project to 100K a month, because those are two different audiences, right? So you got to make sure you really understand who you're talking to, which goes into number 4, which is be polar. The biggest mistake I see most coaches make is they're just trying to speak to everyone and they're not excluding other people out. So you got to really resist that urge to be like very friendly and be nice to everybody. Your ads should offend people. My ads, every time I check my ads, I have someone talking shit saying, hey, here's another guy that's just trying to, scam people out of their money. Here's another guy that is working out of his mom's base. Like it's constant. But the reason I'm getting those messages is because none of those clients, none of those people commenting are my ideal clients. All of my ideal clients are talking to me, having a conversation, making money and making this work. So there's a big difference. And when you run ads, you'll probably start noticing that. But just if you find haters, you're doing the right thing. So keep that in mind. Like if you're bringing on haters, your marketing is good. You're speaking to the right type of person. So like be bold and straight to the point, and throw rocks at the people that you don't want to work with, because you're going to attract the ones you do. Kind of like it's hilarious. I had one of my clients post a reply on the ad, literally, and I didn't tell him to do this. He's like, because he saw the people talking shit on the ad, and he basically said something along the lines of like, yo, Justin, like, I'm so happy I found you on the ad. Everyone on here is just talking shit, but like in the last 30 days, I went from 5K to 30K a month, all because of your system. And you would think anyone with the right mind would be like, wow, okay, like this guy's legit. He got roasted from all these random haters on there, because what I found with haters is they always try to make it, whenever they say something, it's more about them than you, and they're insecure about things. And that's what I'm saying is like, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So as long as you're speaking to the right type of person, you're going to attract them. So moving on from knowing your haters and going to creating a irresistible offer is, and this is where the money's at, guys. Your offer is everything when it comes to building a consulting company. So how good your coaching offer is really depends on how well it can get the attention of people that don't know who you are and turn them into customers. If your offer isn't exciting, even coaches with experience or that are skilled are going to have a hard time getting more clients, because if your offer is not something that's enticing and it's just boring, you're not going to get more people. So let me show you how this makes sense and how to actually do this. So first things first, call this breaking the cold friendly model. Marketing to a warm audience, an example, your audience that already knows, likes, and trusts who you are, is 1,000 times easier than it is marketing to a cold audience. So the way that I talk about this and go through it is kind of like what I mentioned before, is you got to put yourself in your prospect's shoes. They have no idea who you are. They don't trust you. They don't care about you. You're just some random person to them on the internet. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner your marketing is going to get better. Next thing you got to ask yourself is, would you buy your product? I want you to honestly think about that. Would you buy your product? And be 100% honest with yourself. If you wouldn't spend your own hard-earned money on your offer, then why would a prospect? It needs to be valuable, not boring. Most of the time, this is the simplest fix, and most of clients that come to work with us is they just have an offer that is just so boring and plain, and they wouldn't even buy it themselves. And it's like, well, why are you doing it? Like, well, I just want to make money. It's like, well, That's not the right way to go through this. It's like you have to have impact on people. And I'll share with you in a second how, but I call it the vantage blueprint, the value vantage blueprint is when you want to create an irresistible offer, this blueprint basically has a couple core concepts that you need to have in order to make this offer something that is cold friendly. So here's a couple examples, and I'll kind of explain how, but I think the examples will probably make it more relatable. So example one, this is a basic offer. I'll help you scale your business by 20% this month, and that's it. So, this offer, it's like, well, I'll help you scale to 20% a month. It's not specific, and it lacks impact, right? So that's the first part you need to have is it needs to be specific and it needs to have impact. What is 20%? What if I'm only doing $1,000 a month? You're going to help me scale by 20%, bro. Wow. I should pay you $20,000 to do that, right? You need to be specific. So let me change this into the next concept. Example number 2, which is what I call better. I'll add an additional $50K to your e-commerce business in 30 days guaranteed. So do you see how this is way more different? It has one result with one industry in a time period, whereas the first one's like, you're not even you're like your business or your online business. I see that all the time. It's like, what online business? Whose online business? What's 20%? Be specific. The second example was 50K. Oh, I know that's the end goal. I can make 50K with this, with my e-commerce business in 30 days. And they're guaranteeing results. What do I have to lose? Right? Like, again, put yourself in your prospect's shoes. Now, example 3, which is what I think would be the best, because a lot of people would stop at example 2, but I would take it at example 3 because I'm a little bit of a maniac and I believe that your offer has to be amazing to get the right type of people. Is I'll add an additional 50K to your e-commerce business by utilizing TikTok ads in the next 30 days guaranteed. If you don't see results, you get your money back. This offer is right to the point and it's very specific on who, what, when, and how, right? The how that's missing in here is it doesn't say how you're going to get the results. In here, it says TikTok ads. So again, if you have a very specific procedure like us, this is very similar to ours, but with Instagram is we say, hey, we're going to help you add an additional 100K to your business utilizing our Instagram strategy, which is basically like turning your Instagram profile into a funnel. And if you follow everything we say and you don't get the results, we will continue working with you until we do. Now, I've played around with all kinds of different guarantees. You got to figure out what's going to work the best for you, but you need to have some sort of guarantee in there because it is cold friendly. To get people that don't know who you are, they need some sort of guarantee to get them across the line. So let's wrap this up and go into conclusion here is if you use this plan, you're going to make your offer attractive to the right type of person. And this will solve the whole bad quality leads issue thing that a lot of you coaches out there just have for a terrible excuses. Hey, I'm getting bad quality leads. And no, it's not bad quality leads. It's bad quality marketing. And when you get this down, you're going to solve that problem. So I want you to think about it as if you're in a room with 100 people and you know there's only 10 people in there that actually like you and will listen to you. You're going to speak to those 10 people different than you would speak to everybody else. And that's the mentality that you need to have when running your marketing, especially with paid ads. Now, I'll also say, I don't recommend a lot of people, but there's one that just deserves it. Is I also highly suggest that you check out Mr. Alex Hormozi's book, The $100 Million Offer. If you need help with your avatar and offer, this will really dive in more detail on it for you. Because obviously, in this 15-minute video, I can't cover an entire book. This is not possible. But if you want more information, I would definitely recommend checking that out. Now, last but not least, as I always say, if you're a coach or a consultant, you're already doing over 10K a month, me and my team will take you to 7 figures using our proven strategy. We've been testing this since 2017 with hundreds and hundreds of businesses, and it has been proven now. So if you're serious about growth and you have the funds to invest into ads, then click the link down below to book a call with my team. What I always say is I will have the price in the actual link on the calendar option. That way, if it scares you away, good. You're probably not a good fit. I'm a big believer in attracting our right type of client. The reason I'm not saying the price on this call is because we do constantly increase our price. So whatever's on there is the best price that you can get in now. And the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want you to hop on this call and have the lame excuse of, oh, I don't have the money. That's just the worst excuse in the world, right? And I hate when people do that. And I would appreciate inside your business too. You probably don't like that either. So that's why I'm going to put the price on there. So if you're interested, there'll be a link. The price will be on there. Book a call if you're serious. And if we think it's a good fit, we'll go from there and we'll offer you an opportunity to work with us and we'll help you scale like Christian Bale. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.